All right, brilliant. Well, Sam, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. First things first, how are you?
I'm fine, just fine. How about yourself?
Can't complain, considering the state of the world as it has been for the last, 18 months or so. As good as possibly can be. Talking of which, I got to ask you, man, how's life been for you over this long period?
I mean, it's just pretty normal, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there were restrictions and masks and stuff like that, but pretty normal, yeah. I mean, I don't usually go out that much either way, so.
Yeah, here in the UK, we hear about a lot of other countries. We don't hear much about Iceland, and the presumption is, well, they're isolated and they're tiny and they're all small villages. They're fine, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, of course, we had, like I said, lots of restrictions and stuff, but right now, actually, there's no restrictions, no masks, nothing. Most people been vaccinated, so everything's open and just normal these days.
Okay, that's good to hear. So you guys can go to a music gig if you want, a show.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we're not quite there in the UK yet. We're still not quite there.
Well, hopefully soon, man.
Yeah, hopefully. So like this whole period then, did it have any sort of major effect on the writing and the work on the new album, Desolate?
No, not really. No.
That's as good as it can be, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, we could all meet up without any problems and just do it on our own time and just hang out and taking it easy.
Well, that's good to know. I mean, we are just over a week from the release of your brand new album, Desolate. How are you feeling about finally kind of getting to this point where you can sort of see the release date upcoming?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Just stoked. Happy to finally release it. So all I can say, yeah.
Yeah, what about the reaction then to the singles that have been released so far? Because it looks like it's pretty been universally positive. Has that kind of taken away a lot of the stress?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're like almost literally just positive feedback, so can't complain. Yeah.
And are you surprised by that? Considering these days particularly, it doesn't take long when a band's not sort of out and doing a lot all the time. You can kind of get forgotten about quite quickly. So considering the fan reaction has been, wow, great, excited to have you back. Has that surprised you?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was expecting a little bit more hate, but I mean, just because, it's fake drums and stuff like that, but but yeah, no, it's been surprisingly positive. Yeah,
I guess we'll wait to see the full sort of reaction to the album overall when it comes to that side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, as you say, you've not made it until people hate you, right?
True, yeah.
I mean, I've heard the new album. It is phenomenal, to say the least. And it's fair to sort of say this is an album that's pushing the boundaries, not just of extreme metal, but technical metal as well. I got to ask then, considering that aspect, the technicality in particular, was that the goal when it came to writing Desolate? What were you aiming to kind of get out here?
Well, our goal has always been making technical music, but also for this one, we were aiming for, of course, technical extreme, but also the melodic side and the songwriting side, because we have, even though I say myself, just great melodies, cool song structures. So it's not just tech for the sake of being tech. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you're right to toot your own horn, so to speak, because that melodic edge is what makes it particularly stand out differently. Was it easy to get that balance then? You were talking the intense technicality, the melody, the rhythm, and the heaviness, getting that balance correct.
I think it comes pretty naturally for us, but yeah, of course we went back and forth like in the practice space and the studio, and because we always like demo our songs before we do the final recordings. So we could always, you know, change it up, see how it fits in the practice room, and yeah, just go back and forth until it's perfect. But yeah, like I said, I think it's pretty natural for us. Yeah.
When it kind of comes and you're going through a demo and you're listening to parts over and over again, do you kind of work it like a democracy? Everybody must vote yes for this particular part, or the majority gets to say?
Yeah, I mean, we're just we don't really have the problem of arguing stuff like that, because most of the times we're stoked on everything, you know. So yeah, I mean, like, straight away everything's perfect usually.
Say no more.
Mm.
And do you more than anything else, do you find yourself looking around at, say, the progression of this style of music, let's say technical death and stuff like that, over the last few years, and find much inspiration there?
Me personally, yeah, for sure. But I think we get inspirations from everywhere. I mean, not all of us are like deep into death metal all day, you know. But yeah, myself, yeah, I'm pretty much there. but yeah, of course, the new wave or whatever of tech death is certainly inspiration for me. Yeah, for sure.
Do you find yourself quite impressed by what you hear these days?
Yeah, definitely.
And do you see it as a sort of challenge to then to make sure you guys are meeting it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so. It's that extra, that little extra extremity of the speed, especially, that, you know, just for me at least, like, takes it to the next level, you know.
Can't argue with that. What about challenges then when it comes to Desolate? What was the most challenging part of working on it? Because it seems, particularly just talking to you here, like it was a very relaxed, almost chilled out vibe when it came to working on it.
Challenges, nothing I can really think of at the moment. The only thing I could mention is our vocalist lives abroad, so we had to do that all like remotely, you know. Yeah, but everything else, you know, just the drum and guitar and bass tracking was just very smooth. Just, we all have like home studios, so can just pretty much do it at our own pace and just relaxed. Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Because the expectation is, well, it's going to be a nightmare and you spent years doing this and this got wrong and that went wrong. But it is awesome to hear. Yes, everything just went great, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
What about for you then? In a similar vein, the same kind of question, but the opposite side. What was the most exciting or interesting aspect for you working on Desolate?
I mean, working on it, for me, the highlights were, you know, just getting to work with cool people, just like Chris Donaldson, who mixed and mastered the album. It's very cool to work with him. Of course, getting artwork from Eliran Kantor, it's very, very cool. Stuff like that. But yeah, recording, not really challenges, of course, but except for just playing it, it's fucking hard.
It's amazing. It does feel like when you mention the mixing and the mastering, and you mention the artwork as well, and you take the whole package, the sound, the quality of the production, the artwork, the almost perfect amount of songs. This seems to be Ophidian I's almost grandest magnum opus, almost, you know, like everything has gone so perfectly. Do you find that as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. And also because we were inactive for some years, so just, you know, coming back and doing a perfect album in our eyes, it's pretty cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it might surprise some people who may be going to discover you on this of that period of inactivity. That effectively, what was it? 2012 was the debut.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been, yeah, almost at a decade.
Yeah, I mean, we were active for a few years after that, but that's mostly just, you know, one-off gigs here and there, nothing like super serious. So yeah.
And are you confident to sort of say that this is the full-on return?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Talking of which, then, coming back, and obviously the industry and the requirements of almost being a band have adapted and changed all the time. Do you guys think you're in a good place to meet those? We're talking the sort of social media activity, the need to be constantly online. Is that something you guys think you're going to be good at?
Yeah, you definitely need to be good at that these days. But to be honest, we're not really good at that. But we try our best, and of course we get some help from the label and stuff with tips and stuff like that. So it's interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
it's harder than I thought to stay like super active on the socials and stuff.
Well, no one seems to have the exact science down, quite what you need to do to get the most attention. And of course, it constantly changes what you need to do, whether it be Facebook or Twitter and so on.
Yeah.
How's it been working with Season of Mist? Obviously, first time working with them.
For me, second time actually. Me and our drummer Ragnar, we have another project on Season of Mist. So working with them just came pretty naturally for us, but they are great people, and it's a great label, and yeah, just a perfect fit.
It's that, isn't it? Yeah, the perfect fit, the style of music you play, plus the style of bands on their roster. As you say, you've got another project on there as well. So what's your kind of, I guess, hope, because at this stage it's hard to plan too far ahead. What's your hope and maybe desires for the remainder of 2021 once the album's out? Do you want to get out and play the album, the music live?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we won't this year.
Yeah.
But just when we can, we'll be happy to jump on a tour or play some festivals or whatever. Yeah, definitely.
It's that, isn't it? It's still, unfortunately, the constant wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. So just in the meantime, we'll just have to try to up our internet game, I guess.
That's it. You need to get on Facebook or Twitter and tell everyone what you're eating on a daily basis.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, we made some playthrough videos and stuff like that, so we'll have something for people to watch.
Yeah, and I'm a strong believer that this album, it needs Desolate. It's not a listen to once and then forget about it. You'll be listening to it all year, and you'll need that because there's so much going on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
there's lots of things you'll pick up after a few listens. Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely. When I listen to my headphones, I happen to be deaf in my right ear, so I often miss a lot. So it always requires the headphone listen and then the full speakers and so on.
Yeah.
Simon, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Hey, absolutely, man. Anytime.
Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?